Good morning, Padawans. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. Listen, I haven't done a review of any Star Wars Disney show, at least in this new channel, or even in my prior deleted channel. I have tried to avoid getting involved with Star Wars Disney on X, on SpaceX, on Twitter. The conversations are heated. There is a war happening. It's older fans like me, OG fans, versus the new Disney, I suppose you can say younger generation, millennials, the new fans who are mostly fans of the Star Wars Disney because they didn't grow up with the original. So there is a battle going on X that I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't have Twitter. I don't have SpaceX. I do support Elon Musk, but I'm not interested in Twitter. And I really don't want to go in there and start fighting with these people. You have no idea how the fandom is. The Star Wars fans are worse than anything you've seen on YouTube. And I really don't have the time to go argue with some kid on, again, first of all, I don't even have the app. I don't have Twitter. But if I did, I just don't have the time to go argue with these kids over Star Wars. Okay? I mean, it would probably kill me, honestly. It's anything worse than what goes on over here on YouTube. Now, look at the screenshot here that I have. This is just one example that I found on the internet. Everyone is going nuts over this show. Now, not me. The reason I want to give it a chance. I always give these shows a chance. I watch episode 1 through 10. Usually it's 10 episodes. And then at the end of the series, at season 1 or season 2, I'll make a comment. I don't want to do a review on a Star Wars show because it's the most difficult thing that I have to do. You just have no idea how stressful it is. Okay? But I'm making this video more about the reaction that is having on people. It's dividing, and it's not only the older guys versus the younger guys. It's also writers, actors, directors, YouTubers. Everyone is talking about this show. 84% of Rotten Tomatoes official critics give it an 84%, okay? And 15% is the audience score. So there's something wrong here. When it only gets to 15% by the audience, by the fans, and you have the official supposedly critics giving it an 84% and a fresh red tomato, there's something wrong. And the truth is, critics are bought by Disney. There's no real critics anymore. They'll get paid to review these shows in advance, and they lie their asses off. Now, what is the problem with this show? The Acolyte. Okay, Star Wars The Acolyte. I'm not going to review the show. I'll just give you a little summary of what it's about. It's about 100 years. I think it's about 100 years before the Phantom Menace. I think that's what it is. Yeah, something like 100 years before the Phantom Menace. The showrunner is Leslie Headland. She's a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She was hired to do the show. She writes some episodes. She wrote some of the story. Now, she doesn't direct every episode. So far, there's been 4 episodes. I've only seen the first 3. I haven't seen the new one. I think the problem here is that everyone who disagrees with the agenda of the show is being called a bigot, and you know where that comes from. All right, we're supposed to accept all of these sexual agendas being thrown at us in a Star Wars show. Okay, let me tell you what the show is about really quickly. It's about some witches that they have 2 mothers. It's like 2 mother witches. They use the Force to make 2 black girls, like twins. So the Force gives birth in one of the white lady witches, and then so basically the black witch is like the dad, and the white witch is the mom, and she gives birth to 2 black little girls. One of the girls turns to the dark side, goes crazy. She joins the Sith. One of the other girls joins the Jedi. So they're twins. I get it. It makes a lot of sense. They're separated. They're separated later when they're about 7 years old or something. I think they're about 7 or 8 years old, the little girls. And that's why people are having a problem with this show, because it changes the idea of the Force created Anakin Skywalker, and why would the Force be used by some witches? It's complicated, guys. It's complicated. There's also many issues with the show. Now, I will say something that I love about Disney Star Wars is the special effects are great. The cinematography is great. The vehicles and the designs and the ships are really cool. Okay, but that's not what makes a show. You got to have a good story. You got to have good characters. You got to have good dialogue. Now, I give Disney credit for throwing all that money into the show. I think they spent $100 million on the show, and it's a flop. No, everybody hates it. What I'm trying to say here is that people like Drunk 3PO, Geeks and Gamers, Star Wars Theory, these are YouTubers that run Star Wars channels, and I talk to them once in a while, but they are triggered. I mean, they're attacking this show on YouTube every day, and I don't agree with that, and I don't want to get involved in this war. I really don't. I want to give the show a chance until I watch the entire series. I haven't trashed Disney entirely, because in one hand they have a high production value. Okay, if you look at the show, it looks like a movie. It looks like a good, the cinematography, the shots, everything is cool. It's high quality. You can tell. I mean, I'm talking about. We grew up with the 70s and 80s shows. Okay, I mean, for example, look at Battlestar Galactica. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, you had those models up, in space, like the Caravan in space, but a lot of the Cylon ships, and it was like the same shot over and over, and then it was kind of blurry. Like if you look at the show now, the special effects are very outdated. So I grew up with very bad shows, sci-fi shows from the 80s and the 70s. So I can appreciate a company like Disney making good special effects, designing cool spaceships, having a good a good cinematographer, and I appreciate that part of Disney. They're taking they take their time to make a good show. I mean, when I'm talking about, CGI, special effects, colors, editing, the production of the show, they're doing good on all their shows. But when it comes to story, they're messing up. They're fucking up. They're hiring these people like Leslie Headland. Now, if you don't know who Leslie Headland is, she was the assistant of Harvey Weinstein. Okay, think about that. She assisted Harvey Weinstein on Miramax for about 4 or 5 years. She was his personal assistant. She's also very outspoken about being gay. She has said that Star Wars is gay in interviews that she has given. And mostly the guys are having a problem with it. Men are having a problem with her turning Star Wars into some weird lesbian TV show, because again, it shouldn't have anything to do with your sexual life or your private life. This is Star Wars. This is about the Jedi and the Sith and all that, the history of the Jedi before the temple on they do have the temple on Coruscant, and there are some Jedi in there. Now the show is bad. It's really, really bad. I mean, you have karate Jedi. Okay, you have like the girl from the Matrix doing like karate moves and stuff. It's just ridiculous. Okay. And then you got like the little girls using the Force and these witches, and you have like a song in there. I mean, this is worse than the holiday special, the Star Wars holiday special. So I don't know who this is for. I think Disney just wants to get rid of the original fans, and they just want to get little girls to like Star Wars, and that's the entire movement. That's what they're doing. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. They want to get more black girls interested in Star Wars. They want to get more young Mexican girls into Star Wars. They want to get everybody into Star Wars. The younger, the better. This is what Disney's agenda is to get kids to like Star Wars so they can buy the toys. But you know what? Lucas did the same thing. So I don't know if I can blame Disney for that. But when you go to Disneyland, I went to Disney downtown maybe 3 years ago when I went to the Star Wars Celebration, and I don't know who can afford these Star Wars collectibles now, because at Disneyland, one toy is going to cost you like $50 up to $100. So I don't know who Disney is making these toys for. It's not for like regular kids. You got to have maybe like parents that got extra money to buy you this stuff, because it's really expensive to afford all these Star Wars collectibles. Just go to the Disney store, disneystore.com, and check it out. I mean, it's just bad. The whole situation is bad. The merchandise, the Disney merchandise, the Hasbro is going nuts. Topps, every division of the Star Wars licensing is having a problem, and that's because the head of Disney is Kathy Kennedy, and she wants to hire women. That's it. They just want to have women directors, women actors. Most of the women in the Ahsoka show are lesbians and bi, and that's the problem. I'm not saying that women can't make Star Wars, but they shouldn't. Okay? I'm sorry. Only guys should be making Star Wars. And that's what I believe. And anyway, the point of this video is there's a lot of hate. Everybody's calling everybody a bigot and names, and it's getting dirty, and it's really bad. And I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be in that battle. I really don't want to even contact any of these people that do videos on this new show, The Acolyte, because I really want to be stress-free right now. I'm already dealing with growing my channel here, so I really can't afford to go over there and just start doing all this crazy stuff and proving everyone wrong. Because if I went over there, I would destroy. I would just destroy. Have a good Wednesday morning, and may the force be with you. Bye.